Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Alex. I am on A Road to Minimalism. I've been posting every once in a while about my experience, how I'm slowly getting to that point. If you want to check out all the playlists, you are more than welcome to. I will have everything linked everywhere where I can link them. I feel like I say that all the time. So yeah, I am doing a low buy year. This is my second year doing a low buy year. I talked about my rules and goals at the beginning of the year if you want to check out that video. But here is a little update. I know it's about like a month late from the 6-month mark. I wasn't even planning on doing a video like this, so it's probably good that I'm doing it right now. I also want to excuse the lighting situation. It probably isn't the best. But on this side of the internet, we talk about low buys. Instead of it being a one-year thing, we talk about it becoming a long-term lifestyle change. So that comes with its up and downs. It's not as extreme as maybe some people would do a low buy. We, or me, are finding ways to live more consciously, develop better consumer habits for the long run. Not for a month, not for a year, but for the rest of our lives. So if that's something that you're interested in, keep on watching or listen to my other videos. Let me know if you're doing a low buy year. I feel like it's become really popular, but I don't really know how many people actually stick with it for the entire year. So if you're one of those people that has been sticking with it for the entire year or the year so far, let me know because I honestly envy you, because you'll see in this video I didn't really follow my rules exactly. Also, if you failed, this is kind of your sign to get back into it. I know I just said fail. You didn't fail. You maybe slipped up, messed up a little bit, but you don't want it to snowball into falling back into old habits. Let's go straight into my recap so far of what I've been doing. I'm gonna go in the same order that I talked about it in like the first video that I made. So let's start with the goals that I had. My biggest goal was to save money, and honestly, I've done that very well. I still feel like I've been spending too much money, but I have been saving so much more money compared to last year. I think my savings goal kind of stopped at around February, but I have been very consistent ever since January. And I've been putting like the amount that I want to put into savings. And I also, one of my biggest goals was to open a Roth IRA, and I did that. So I've been making payments and I'm really happy that I did that. A big reason why I wanted to save was because I might be going to school, and that is also happening. I got accepted into Oregon State University as well as Arizona State University. I haven't figured out which one I'm going to, but I think I'm choosing ASU. It will be an online program. I won't be on campus, so it will be a lot less expensive. So I'm very happy that I have been saving up for school this entire year, because ain't no way am I going to fall into debt, honestly. I might have a little bit of debt, but the worst thing, the last thing I want to do is to have student loan debts. Another one of my goals was when I was buying stuff that I decided I wanted. I had to use my birthday or like Christmas money, because I still get money from my grandparents. And that was very successful up until a little bit ago. But it was really good in keeping me disciplined and being like, okay, you can't buy this right now because you don't have enough money. The amount of money that you have right now is not going to be enough, or it's not going to last you until your birthday, which my birthday is in August. It is coming up. It is Leo season. I was very successful for the first 6 months. I feel like all of my failures have happened in July. And then my last goal was to have like a serious declutter at the end of the year, and I'm pretty sure I am going to do that. I've been thinking about decluttering here and there, and I have decluttered every once in a while, but I think I'm gonna have a serious declutter at the end of the year. So let's refresh on my red lights. For those of you who don't know, I do a red light, yellow light, green light system. Red lights are like my absolute no-nos. Yellow lights are like, yeah, you can do it, but like there's some exceptions to it. And then green lights are whatever, like everything else. I don't really specify my green lights. The one biggest green light that I had was that I allowed myself to buy a bathing suit, because I held off buying a bathing suit the entire year of last year, and I desperately wanted a new one. And I did end up buying a bathing suit, and I am like so happy with it. I'm gonna list them off right now, and then we'll go into detail with each one. So my red lights were makeup, workout clothes, jewelry, subscriptions, tote bags, hair accessories, and journals and booklets. Out of those 7, 7, I've failed 2 of them. The only ones that I've failed are jewelry and hair accessories. Now both these things I swore off because I don't use enough jewelry to warrant a lot and I don't use enough hair accessories to warrant a lot. But I have, just like last year, I've been going through like a style change and shift and trying to understand myself a bit more and how I want to present myself. So in my mind, my goal was to upgrade the basics that I was already using. So I decided to get special hair clips for little gold star hair clips so that when I'm putting my hair back, which I'm always putting my hair back, it looks a little bit nicer, it looks a little bit more put together, and it works with like the rest of my jewelry. And then the other one that I failed was jewelry. I ended up getting these little gold hoops, and honestly, I'm so happy that I got them, but I made a rule for myself, and I think it's been really good for me to make rules for myself. I have kind of a waiting period, and if I'm still thinking about them or if I follow the rules that I was giving to myself, I decide to get the thing, even if it's on my red light, even if it's on my yellow light. For the earrings, for example, I had this specific set of like 3 or 6 total gold hoop earrings from this one brand, same brand that I got this necklace from, and I've been eyeing it for I'd say like 2 years. I wanted to buy it, but I didn't have all 3 of my piercings on each side, and I'm like, okay, why are you buying like 6 total earrings when you don't even have 6 holes in your ear? It didn't make sense. And I told myself, like, once I get all 3 piercings on each ear and they heal, then you can get the earrings. And that's what I ended up doing. And I'm honestly so happy. I've been waiting 2 years to buy these things. I like them a lot, and I think it really elevates my look. Even when I look ratchet, it kind of just makes me look a little more put together. Another example I put rules on myself is that I wanted to get workout clothes, and I swore off workout clothes because I didn't need more, but I was growing kind of tired of the workout clothes that I had. It got to the point where I didn't feel good in my body when I was working out, and it felt like it partly had to do with the clothes that I was wearing to go work out. A lot of those things were PopFlex, and right when I was feeling this, PopFlex came out with their Pop Cycle thing where you could sell your stuff and you could either get like credit or money back. So all of the stuff that I didn't like, I ended up selling it. Immediately I was like, oh my god, I'm going to buy more workout clothes because now I have like more space and I can buy stuff that I really like. And I'm like, whoa, okay, workout clothes are really expensive and it's a lot of money, and you don't have that much money to work with your little like birthday, Christmas money stuff. So I made it a rule for myself because I had a personal trainer and I had paid her for like 3 months, and I'm like, okay, if you're consistent with these 3 months and you feel like you need more clothes, you can buy more clothes. So I gave myself a 3-month waiting period, and what ended up happening is that I was able to like turn some of my old clothes that I wasn't using into workout clothes to substitute for the lack. And then I realized, I'm like, you know what? I just have to do a little bit more laundry. It isn't that bad. I don't need any more workout clothes. If there was an opportunity for me to buy some secondhand, I will absolutely take that opportunity. And because I've been working in this deficit, I now know what I'm lacking, so that will be the only thing that I'm searching for. This system really allowed me to work for my things. If that's something that you're interested in trying to do just to keep yourself disciplined and on track, I highly recommend doing that. All right, that's all of the red lights. Let's get into the yellow lights. My yellow lights were hair products, new clothes, new vinyl, new electronics, and anything that I wanted to buy, I had to have that waiting period. Out of the 5 yellow lights, I failed 3 of them, so I only succeeded in 2. So let's talk about that a little bit. I did buy 2 new pairs of clothes, like new, not secondhand. My yellow light is that I was allowed to buy secondhand, but I wasn't allowed to buy new. I was only allowed to buy secondhand clothing, secondhand vinyl, and secondhand electronics. I did buy 2 new pairs of clothes. They're basics. They're going to last me forever, I hope. They better. And they're kind of like a staple. They work with everything, so I'm hoping that I can make like so many outfits with them. The other one that I failed was new hair products. I forgot I had this rule. I ran out of my leave-in conditioner. Leave-in conditioner that I like to use, I can't buy where I live. I thought I didn't need it, and once I stopped using my leave-in conditioner, all of a sudden my hair felt so fried that I desperately ran and got 2 products. So I kind of failed when it comes to that. I have been on like a hair growth journey and it's been going really well. I normally have it tied up all the time, so I'm never really worried about it like looking all shiny and pretty. I never style it. I just wear it however it ends up being after the shower. A win though in this category is that I was not allowed to buy any new electronics, and I did succeed in that. I had to buy new AirPods because my AirPods only lasted 15 minutes. All I needed from them was to last my gym session, and they could not even do that. I ended up getting new AirPods and I got them secondhand off of Back Market, and they've served me very well. I did get a new phone, but that was through my work. I needed a better camera for my work, so that ended up happening. But I didn't buy it myself. If I ever leave my position, I will be giving that phone back. And then when it comes to vinyl, I technically haven't failed yet. I did get one record this year, that one right there, the Bad Bunny one, but that was a pre-order from last year. I do know that I am getting 3 new albums for my birthday. One of them is a pre-order, so I can't buy a secondhand, and the other 2, they were bought for me before I was able to talk to my mother about possibly looking at secondhand options. So unfortunately that is like, it's a future fail. Technically it's not a fail because these are things bought for me. I didn't buy them myself, but I did have like some sort of control over the situation and I didn't act in time. But a lot of my weak points did end up happening in the month of July, and it's something that I learned about myself is that when I am in a situation of heightened stress and anxiety, I do in fact like to buy stuff to make myself feel better. Right at the beginning of July, I did end up going through a breakup, and then a handful of days later, I got all 4 of my wisdom teeth removed. And so all of a sudden, my boyfriend and sugar and sweets, my both comfort things, completely disappeared, and I did resort to shopping. But I'm doing a lot better now, and I am back on track to making sure that I stick to my rules. Let's talk about a few wins. I know I went about my red lights and yellow lights, but I want to talk about my wins. I want to like show you guys how successful I've been, because even though I did have a few points of weakness, I have been doing really good, and I have been doing things that I normally wouldn't have done had I not been doing this challenge. I did buy those 2 new pieces of clothing, but I did buy some stuff secondhand. I was able to buy some stuff at a garage sale. I got this. Gingham right now I think is trendy, or it's already out, who knows. But I've always wanted to try gingham, and I feel like I want to explore my style through secondhand clothing. It doesn't make sense for me to experiment with new stuff, because if I don't like it, it's like, well, I just wasted my money and I wasted like materials and everything. Buying secondhand stuff to experiment, I think, has been the best option. And then I ended up getting a Lululemon bra off of eBay. I have a Lululemon bra, and I have used it. I'm gonna see if I can show you. Ooh, I don't know if you can see, you can barely even see the logo. There's all the like little white speckles, and all of that is broken elastic because I have worn the piece so much, and they don't sell that style anymore. So I went on eBay, I bought one. So I now have like my favorite style, and once that one craps the bed, I have the other one. I do want to know your guys' opinion on the whole like Lululemon lawsuit, because obviously people are talking about it a lot, but how many normal people outside of the internet are actively trying to replace their Lululemon stuff? We know what you guys think about that. Another win, like I mentioned, is that bathing suit. I'm really happy with that, and I'm probably going to swear off buying bathing suits from now on, unless it's secondhand and unless it's really affordable. Another thing that I did at the beginning of the year, which I haven't really been doing recently, is that I tracked my urges. Like whenever I felt like I wanted to buy an item, I wrote it down and how much it cost. At the end of the month, I added all of the ones up that I didn't buy, and that money I put into investments. And I thought that was a fun experiment just to see how much like extra money I was able to put in that stuff, and also how much money I saved holding off on my urges and trying to be more responsible with my money. Another thing that I've been trying to save on and trying to be more conscious with is buying low commitment skincare. Now, hear me out on this. For me, I'm trying to learn what I like, and it doesn't make sense for me to buy like full bottles of stuff if I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I've been trying to buy the travel versions. I've been trying to buy the mini versions just to see if I like these things. So I am saving product and I am saving money by doing this, and unintentionally just wasting product by never using it. So I've been buying a lot of mini sunscreens to test which ones I like. I've been opting for products that I know aren't gonna last through the end of the year. Because also when it comes to expiration dates and everything, I want to make sure that I'm using everything in the allotted time that we're supposedly given. And just overall, I've become a lot more resourceful. I've been appreciating my things a lot more. I've been using my things a lot more, trying to appreciate what I already have instead of seeking joy and finding joy outside of what I have. And another thing is also realizing what you actually need to buy for yourself. Because you can say like, oh, I need this, but do you actually need it, or do you just think you need it? A few examples of this is a new hairbrush. I ended up getting a new hairbrush because the one that I was using, it was so cheap. I could feel it breaking my hair every single time I used it. You know what? I want to grow my hair out. Like, I don't want this to be happening. So I ended up buying like a detangler brush, and it's been helping me so much. Another thing that I got was sunglasses. I don't own any sunglasses. Finally taking the advice of my mother, and I bought some serious glasses for training when I'm on the water, as well as when I'm tanning, just to protect my eyes and to actually be able to see. These are the badass glasses that I got. They're not the most like stylish things in the world, but their function is there and they serve their purpose. And then lastly, realizing that I'm like, you know what? I am going to start collecting vinyl. This is something that I want to do, I want to commit towards. Finally deciding to buy like good quality vinyl sleeves and humidity trackers as well. So each record that I have, it has proper like anti-static sleeve with a removable humidity thing. Was the next move that I needed to take when it came to my vinyl collection to really make sure that these things last and are taken care of. Okay, so I talked about what has happened. Now I want to talk about what's going to happen, because obviously it's not the end of the year. We still have what, 5 more months of the year? What's next for me? At the end of September, I am going to go to the United States and Canada. I'm going to go to the United States for a competition, and then I'm going to go to Canada to visit a friend, and we're going to go thrift shopping. I preferably want to buy only secondhand, but there are also a few things that I want to restock on and some like artsy stuff that I want to buy. And also in November, I am going on a camping trip with my family, so I want to buy some stuff. And I don't really have many camping things that I like, so I want to try to buy more stuff for that as well, because I know I'm going to be spending money on that trip and also introducing new things into my life. I have set like a full no buy until then, which is almost a 2-month no buy, but I really want to try to spend as little money as possible so I can feel more comfortable buying stuff on that trip. And that's also why I'm holding off on doing the declutter for this year, because if I find stuff that replace things in my closet that I feel like are better for my style, there might be some things in my closet that no longer suit my need, like I found a better replacement for them. And that also means that because I'm buying new clothes, there's going to be more variety in my closet. So leading up to this trip, I'm going to make sure that I make like a full commitment to the clothes that I bought this year. I've bought 7 things. 5 of them were secondhand, 2 of them were new. And before I introduce new things, I am going to make sure that I love the stuff that I got. So that means increasing my uses, like wearing them a lot more. That means reducing my price per wear. I do have like a tracking app, and I've made videos about the tracking app, so that's what I'm going to be using. But I just want to prove to myself, and this is probably another one of the rules that I made for myself, is that I want to prove to myself that when I buy clothes, I am going to wear them, I'm going to appreciate them, and I'm going to get my money's worth out of them. So that is my goal for all of August, and then the days leading up in September to that trip. And then another reason why I'm doing this no spend and kind of only prioritizing that trip is because I'm going back to school. I'm saving for obviously tuition, but also I am thinking of buying a new setup for school. I want to get a monitor, and I also want to get a keyboard and mouse. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to buy any of that stuff secondhand. I think it is something that I'm going to have to buy new, especially because when it comes to electronics like that, the secondhand market where I live is just horrible. Like, I'm not really going to find anything that I like, and I already have my eye on a few things. Guys, this is editing Alex 1 month into the future, but check this out. Guess who found a secondhand monitor? This gal, she's a 2017 model. She is old. She needs a new stand. We got her a new stand. but she was a fifth of the price of a brand new monitor. And then right now, I have a keyboard, my brother's old keyboard. I'm just getting used to it. I do want to get my own in the future. I'm just getting used to having raised keypads. Is that the word? And if anyone has any recommendations, I know Back Market exists and I know they have keyboards on there, but none that I like. And I want to have if I'm going to buy something, I'm going to make sure I like it. I'm not going to buy something that I hate just because it's secondhand, which is also another one of the rules that I made for myself at the beginning of the year. Like every quarter I was going to do like a revaluation to see whether or not I am happy with my rules and if I needed to change anything. I've proven to myself that when I do change something that it's for a good reason. So if I have to buy a new school setup in December when I made the rule in January before I even applied to any of the schools, I think I can cut myself some slack. Okay, I have been yapping for a very long time. That is all. That is everything that I wanted to talk about. I appreciate you sticking around, and I also hope you took some pointers and recommendations out of this. And if you guys want any like special lo-fi content, please let me know. Let me know how your lo-fi is doing. I guess I'll catch you later then. Goodbye.